What if the sun simply vanished? No warning, no explosion, just gone. One moment, you're feeling its warmth on your skin. The next, there's nothing. The sky turns black, birds fall silent, and the world freezes, literally. As humanity, we find ourselves on the brink of a cold, dark apocalypse. You're about to discover what happens when the engine of our solar system shuts down. Brace yourself. The sun is far more than merely a bright spot in the sky. It serves as the essential heartbeat of our planet. As the central star of our solar system, it provides the critical energy that fuels every form of life on Earth. Its rays influence everything from the development of weather patterns and the movement of ocean currents to the processes of photosynthesis in plants, which form the foundation of our food chains. Imagine for a moment what would happen if this vital source of light and warmth were to vanish in an instant. The consequences would be devastating and far-reaching. Initially, darkness would envelop the Earth, plunging it into a chilling void. Within days, temperatures would begin to plummet, leading to severe cold and frost covering even the warmest regions. As days turn into weeks without the sun's nurturing presence, ecosystems would begin to collapse. Plants, which rely on sunlight for photosynthesis, would wither and die, triggering a domino effect through the food web. Herbivores would struggle to find nourishment, and as a result, carnivores would face starvation, leading to mass extinction across various species. Furthermore, the absence of the sun would disrupt weather systems. Without solar energy to drive atmospheric processes, rainfall would cease, rivers would dry up, and the Earth's landscapes would become increasingly barren. The once vibrant life on our planet would languish, and humanity would face the grim reality of a world stripped of its essential light and warmth. In this stark scenario, we're compelled to reflect on the profound significance of the sun in our lives and the intricate balance it sustains within our ecosystem. The thought of its sudden disappearance is indeed terrifying, prompting us to appreciate the delicate harmony of life that relies so heavily on the majestic presence of our sun. Initially, nothing would change. This is because the sun is approximately 93 million miles away, and its light and gravity takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us. Therefore, even after the sun has vanished, the Earth would continue to orbit it for 8 minutes, still receiving its light and warmth, completely unaware of the cosmic disaster that has just occurred. Suddenly, everything changes. The sky turns black, not in a peaceful, starry way, but as an intense, suffocating void. There's no twilight or sunset, only instant darkness. The moon vanishes as well, since it reflects the sun's light. The stars appear sharper, but they provide no warmth. Panic begins to spread across the globe. As the sun's gravitational pull fades, Earth's orbital path is disrupted. No longer revolving around any celestial body, the planet begins to move in a straight line through space, gradually drifting away from the center of our solar system at a speed of nearly 30 kilometers per second. We have now become a rogue planet. In the first 24 hours, temperatures drop below freezing in most areas. Within a week, the global average temperature decreases to minus 17 degrees Celsius, 1 degree Fahrenheit. Oceans start to cool, and land becomes uninhabitable without shelter or artificial heat. Snow falls in regions that have never experienced winter before. The planet begins to resemble a frozen wasteland. Our reliance on energy becomes immediately apparent. Solar panels cease functioning, wind patterns diminish, and the demand for fossil fuels skyrockets. Cities rely on backup power grids to remain illuminated, but fuel reserves are finite. As temperatures fall, ensuring warmth becomes humanity's highest priority. The upper layers of the oceans start to freeze within weeks. However, due to their great depth and thermal mass, complete solidification can take thousands of years. Life beneath the surface may persist, especially near hydrothermal vents. These volcanic fissures on the ocean floor emit heat and minerals, enabling unique ecosystems to thrive even in the absence of sunlight. Without the sun, photosynthesis would cease and plants would start to die within days. This process is fundamental to our food chain and is also a significant source of oxygen. Although the atmosphere wouldn't lose all its oxygen at once, it would begin to decline gradually but inevitably, making the Earth less breathable over time. Animals that rely on plants begin to die off, starting with herbivores and followed by carnivores. Ecosystems collapse one after another, leading to an eerily quiet frozen landscape. Only scavengers, insects, and a few bacteria manage to survive for a bit longer, but eventually, they too begin to vanish. Humans have taken refuge in underground facilities, bunkers, or deep caves near geothermal vents. In areas with access to nuclear power or volcanic heat, we establish underground colonies. Vertical farms are constructed using artificial light, and water is recycled. Every day is a struggle for survival in this new dark world. Time has lost all meaning. There are no sunrises or sunsets, clocks continue to tick, but days are now just mechanical numbers. Depression and psychological stress are skyrocketing. Children are growing up without ever seeing daylight. Myths are starting to spread about a glowing orb that once illuminated the skies. Could we survive for thousands of years? Technically, yes. With adequate preparation and energy, underground civilizations could sustain life. However, this existence would be extremely limited. Resources would become scarce, and the population would shrink dramatically. The surface of the Earth would be unreachable, turning into a frozen tomb. Over the course of a year, the surface temperature drops to -73 degrees Celsius, -100 degrees Fahrenheit. In just a few more years, it reaches -240 degrees Celsius, which is only 30 degrees above absolute zero. The atmosphere condenses into liquid, then freezes, ultimately falling to the ground as snow made of oxygen and nitrogen. Earth transforms into a snowball planet. Now completely frozen, Earth continues its solitary journey through interstellar space. Without light, heat, or direction, it has become a ghost world. Occasionally, it may pass near another star system, but the chances of encountering another life-sustaining star are extremely slim. Earth is now a wandering corpse in the universe. Perhaps the most chilling truth is that we often fail to fully appreciate what we have until it's gone. The sun, a constant and unchanging presence in our lives, is the very reason life exists. Its disappearance serves as a stark reminder of how fragile and rare our situation is. Just one star in an ordinary galaxy, yet it is the sole reason we're here. Fortunately, this scenario is purely hypothetical. The sun has about 5 billion years left before it begins to die. And even then, it won't simply vanish. It will expand into a red giant. What this thought experiment teaches us is clear. Everything we rely on begins with that glowing star. So the next time you feel the sun on your face, remember, it's not just light, it's life. Without it, our world would plunge into eternal darkness. All darkness,